Hello, everyone. This is a relaunch of the podcast Stories on a Train. When I attended the Podcast Evolution's 2024 convention, I had a lovely time. I met many people there who were also crazy about podcasts. Many times, my best conversations are unplanned. However, sometimes I have to force myself to strike up a conversation. I know a lot of people are like that. Here's the problem. I know the value of podcasting, and I know my podcast is about letting others tell their own story. When I combine that with travel and enjoying train rides like I do, it sounds like a great combination, right? Yet, I sabotage myself. I'm too shy to start the conversation, even though I know most people are willing to have a nice little chat or reminisce about their experiences riding trains. So here's my pitch. I initiate the conversation while I'm on a train, either on vacation or commuting or just traveling for the purpose of this podcast. I always ask the same three questions. Do you like traveling by train? Do you have a story you would like to share about any time you traveled by train? And would you like to add anything else to the conversation? So there's no pressure. It's not scripted. And if they say no, they say no. If they say yes, we have a nice conversation, and it might lead to more topics. Sometimes people have a great story and want to talk, but sometimes not. I record audio only so they don't have to worry about how they look. Then at the end, I give them my card and I tell them when the podcast is to be released. That way, I'm accountable for finalizing the episode. And I don't let my insecurities stop me from doing what I set out to do. So between these ideas and my gardening hobby, I keep pretty busy because I truly believe that everyone has a story to tell. I hope you enjoy these short episodes, and perhaps, if you are traveling, you strike up a conversation with others just because you enjoy it, and maybe we'll run into each other on the way. So for today, you're going to hear a conversation I had during the Podcast Palooza 2024 in Los Angeles this past spring. Okay, this is Karen, and I am with Shubrata, and we are talking about train travel, and she has a wonderful story that she's going to share with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. This is really exciting. I grew up in India. I was in New Delhi, and my grandparents used to live in another state called Karnataka, which is really far off. They were in a place called Bangalore, and this is way before flights became really common. So we used to travel for during my summer vacations. We used to travel from Delhi to my grandparents' place in Bangalore, and it used to be somewhere around a 36-hour journey. Yeah, I know it sounds like a long time, but I always used to look forward to those journeys because I was very fond of my grandparents, and I used to look forward to meeting them every summer. So this is one such journey where I was traveling from Delhi to Bangalore. And I remember we used to have these upper berths and lower berths, and my sister and I used to always squabble about who would get the upper berth, because we used to just make it our own world, and we'd stay there overnight, and then our mom would just keep screaming at us to come downstairs, and we'd be like, okay, no, we're not coming down right now. Yeah, and then we'd just wake up in the morning, and I remember a guy used to come in with little snacks, and there used to be one favorite thing that I used to like so much. So this guy would get strawberry milkshake in the morning, and I would wake up before everyone else just so that I could have that during the day. So that was, yeah, I think that those journeys were so much fun. Although it took us 2 days to get to my grandparents' place, that's something we always look forward to, because we'd also keep talking to the little kids in the other compartments, and we just play and make friends. So it was always fun, and I think I've always liked train journeys more than the flights that I've taken. So yeah, that used to be a lot of fun. And there's this one incident that I very vividly remember. I think I was on a train from Delhi to Pune, which is also almost an overnight journey, and I had a terrible headache that night. Uh, and I was sharing the compartment with another lady who was an Iranian, and I was really little. I think I might have been somewhere around 9 to 10 years old, and I had a terrible headache that evening. And she just asked me if she could give me a massage, because she was a certified masseuse.
Oh.
Yeah, and she offered me a head massage, and she just knew the pressure points.
Yeah.
And she just asked me to lie down, and she caressed my forehead, and that was so good. I can't imagine what it would have been like if not for her. So it was, yeah, I think it was just a very kind act, and that's something that I can never forget, because I mean, I still remember her after all these years, and I wish and hope she's doing well wherever she is. So some people just touch you in a million
Right,
ways,
right.
and this was just one of those moments.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Unexpected that
Yeah.
all these years later,
Yeah, I
now
know.
you still remember that
I
kindness.
know, I know. I mean, I don't remember her name. I don't remember a lot of details, but I remember this. So it's just beautiful how some people touch you, and you just never forget them.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me today on Stories on the Train.
Thank you.